Welcome to the Millspouse Coffee House Podcast. Your podcast baristas Leslie and Brittany have a latte on their minds.
My kid gets in the dishwasher, that's the first thing she grabs is the knife. To use all the help. All the help. Am I the only one that's weirded out by that situation? Yeah. I'm not gonna ask. You don't have to get dressed. You can do online hungover, y'all. That's true. Yeah. That's funny.
Here are your hosts, Leslie and Brittany.
All right. Hello.
Welcome.
We are here with another episode of Millspouse Coffee House Podcast. Welcome, everybody.
Oh, how are you this morning, Brittany?
I'm actually good. November was a really rough month.
Right.
With work and just all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm actually good today. How are you? I know you're feeling a little under the weather.
A little under the weather, but the sun is out. Lula always says it's a good morning day.
A good morning day.
So
I like that.
It's a good morning day.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cute. I like it too. So
yeah, what a way to well, speaking of kids,
of
Lula.
Speaking of Lula.
Oh
my
gosh.
gosh.
Cute, but she's frustrating, huh?
Holy cow. I don't know what happened. I feel like this is a recent development and it might just be, I don't know. Listen, she just has an attitude. She's 4. I guess that's what happens.
Uh-huh.
But everything is no,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. Straight up, eye contact, no.
Yeah.
And argumentative and I'm getting super frustrated. So this morning, I picked out her clothes because we woke up late. So here's the key. Number 1 is we have got to wake up on time because when we're pushing for time, things get real for both of us. And so she put her pants on backwards. And I asked her, I'm like, those look backwards. Is a tag in the back? And she pulls the front of her pants out. She's like, oh yeah, it's good. I'm fine. Cool. And I was like, I'm kind of suspicious, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And then I got up and I checked and I'm like, your pants are on backwards. She's like, no, they're not. And freaked out, backed herself into a corner and blocking me with her arms because I was like, let me just change your pants before I put on your socks. And she freaked out. And then I freaked out because I was like, you know what? Fine. And I was like, get out of my bathroom. Kind of unnecessary, but listen, it was serious at the time.
It is pretty serious, especially when you're trying to get out the door.
Yeah, I was like, you're already late. And I was like, get out of the bathroom. And she's like, no. So I'm like, fine, I'll get out of my bathroom. But I knew at that point, I just had to walk, had to go.
It starts now. It's going to get worse.
I know. So she went to school with her pants on backwards because it wasn't worth it, which really it's not worth it. The pants are on. It's fine. Kids, it doesn't really matter. They're leggings. Who cares? I think I have at one time worn my leggings backwards and didn't know it.
Yeah.
No one knew. So,
I mean, if it's not bothering her, then let her wear it, I guess.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
That has been the motto of having a 4-year-old is let it go.
It's so frustrating. And I've also noticed with her, because this has sort of probably been about a month of just her and I are constantly arguing.
Yeah.
Because she is me. She is me in a small human form with blonde hair. And she immediately is getting defensive, and I think it's because I'm yelling too much. So I'm like, okay, how do I pull this back? Because I don't want it to become a lifetime thing. So now I'm like,
and it's hard. It's hard. It's so hard because Genevieve does the same thing. And actually her teacher, because she got in trouble at school a couple weeks ago because she was telling friends at school, I'm going to play with you today and I'm going to play with you, but I'm not going to play with you. And she was kicking people out.
Right. Yeah.
And so they sent her to timeout. And they told me about it at the end of the day. And I was like, send her to timeout. Send her to Miss Cindy's office. We're not having any mean girl stuff going on. Let her be in trouble. And you're frozen. Can you hear me?
There. Wait. Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable.
Oh no, there you are. You were
okay.
frozen. You were frozen in one spot for a second.
Yeah. All right. It's probably a really good one. Someone will see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So she went to timeout.
Yeah, so she went to timeout, and her teacher, so it didn't faze her at all, because when I picked her up, I go, I heard you went to timeout today. And she goes, yeah, I did, but Mommy, I didn't cry when I went to timeout. And I was like,
great. So her
Oh,
teacher told me, her teacher's like, yeah, I feel really sorry for you for when she is a teenager because
oh snap.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, her teacher was like, she says things and her facial expressions are really funny. She goes, I have to like turn my head and turn around because I'm secretly laughing on the inside.
See, that's my problem too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but for me, I blow a gasket. I go crazy. And Genevieve is to the point now where she screams at me and like slams doors. And I'm like, are we really at that
I
age?
know. Well, we're not
More.
slamming doors yet, but there's like some like foot stomping and I think she's thrown things just like down,
Yeah.
and I'm like, whoa.
They must have just found like they feel like they're a little bit more in control maybe, and that's why
Yeah.
they're acting like that. And I'm sure it probably doesn't, they probably see the behavior on some of the TV shows they're watching.
I know. So there's that I'm really struggling with that too. Like even so Princess Sophia is literally the only thing that I'm like, you know what, we can watch this. This is pleasant. However, the brother and the sister on Princess Sophia have attitudes.
Oh,
And so she's mimicking them instead of Sophia, which Sophia is sweet and nice and she thinks things over. She's a problem solver and calm and patient.
everything that Lula is not right now.
And and I'm like, I need you to focus on Sophia. Forget, I don't even know James, and I don't know her sister's name, but I don't know. And then it just escalates because then there's me, and it's back, and it's forth,
Yeah.
and I'm trying. I got to do the whole role model thing. Meanwhile,
What do you
I'm
do?
freaking
I
out.
mean, do you just leave the room
Mhm.
and like,
Yeah, that's all I can do right now. So funny. After she left this morning, because my mom took her to school, because I just feel like crap. And I cried when she left because I
Yeah.
didn't want her. I was like, now you're gonna have a bad day, all this stuff. No, kids are like resilient. She's fine, I'm sure. But I was like, dang it! Like I set her up for a terrible day, and it's really unnecessary. Like that was not a life and death situation.
Well, but it's not your fault either. You've also got other factors that are thrown in there, like the holidays and you're sick.
And being sick, yeah, I think my
And-
patience was a little thinner than usual. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty dang thin to begin with. Listen, let's be real.
Hey there, fellow military spouse Esther Inman here, and I am so excited to be sponsoring the MilSpouse Coffee House podcast. While my husband was an active duty Marine, I figured out real quick that a traditional corporate job was not going to work with deployments happening at the drop of a hat and this PCS lifestyle. I needed a career that could move with me and as a mom, something that allowed me the flexibility of not being chained to a desk all day. I started working online as a virtual assistant and have since helped almost 1,000 women work online as VAs too. I want to extend the invitation to you to join the Work From Anywhere, Military Life Takes You revolution happening right now. I have so many goodies for you to help you kick off your online career, but start with my free class at 90dayva.com. It has a workbook and legit online job resources. No degree or experience needed. Check it out at 90dayva.com. See you in class.
There's not a lot of it. So after she left, I cried, and then I immediately was like, meditations for patients. Where can I've got to find some right now.
I've actually Googled that exact same thing before,
Yes.
meditation for patients.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's going to be my next thing. To bring my higher self has got to have patience.
That's what we got to work on. Yeah, I don't know, man. These 4-year-olds are out of control, and Genevieve turns 5 in April, so I don't know if it's going to get better or worse.
I feel like 5's probably pretty rough, and then like maybe 6, 7. I don't know. Y'all that have older children, let us know.
I mean,
Is
it
this an
probably
ongoing
just-
situation until they're teenagers, or?
It probably just sucks all the way, like all the way through.
I
forever.
know, and I'm trying. And see, my husband has a lot of patience for her, and I don't know if that's like a daddy-daughter thing, or he's just very patient. He's pretty patient with me though too, so he's just a patient person. So I guess I should figure it out. But
Well-
also, he's not here all day with her,
Yeah,
so
And
there's that.
that helps too. Yeah, my husband is not patient whatsoever, and so
Oh, really?
those two those two go head to head. I mean, she'll even say things where like we got home from school last night and she's like, I don't want daddy to be home because he's the one who is like, we're all eating dinner at the table as a family. We're doing this together. And like, I'm like, I don't care. Watch TV while you eat
Right.
dinner. You know?
See, we're the total opposite. I'm like, last night even, I had Alexa on playing Christmas music
Oh, I did too. Yeah.
in the background, trying
Yeah.
to like prevent him from turning the TV on, basically. And he was like, all right, are we doing this? We're not watching TV. And I was like, can we just have a nice dinner without TV? I lost. Had to turn off my Christmas music.
Well, we usually it's a good thing for us to do. I mean, I remember we did that every night growing up, but we didn't eat dinner till like 8 o'clock at night because my mom worked and anything. But sometimes it's hard to have the dinner table and everybody there if it's been a bad day or something. So I don't know. But to my husband, it seems to be really important. So. But she doesn't want to do it, and he's the one that enforces everything. So, you know, I don't let her walk over me, but I definitely will fight back to her, you know, if she...
Yeah. Well, and I just like trying to pick my battles, too.
Yeah. But also, do you pick your battles because there's inconsistencies, right? So like...
Right. See...
So should you pick your battles, or do you need to just, if you're going to be consistent and you don't want her to wear backwards pants or inside out pants, like every time she wears inside out pants? Oh, you're frozen again. Can you hear me?
Oh, there
you are.
We're back. Oh, my internet's been so weird this morning. Like, it's not just this. It's everything.
Interesting.
How long was it frozen?
When we were talking about consistencies
Yeah.
and like, do you fight her about backwards pants every time or inside out pants?
No, I don't.
Or should you?
One. I don't know. I don't feel like it's that big of a deal.
So then you can't, I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard.
Oh, you're right. You can't, like, you got to stick with it. If you're going to choose to battle it, you have to battle it every time. And that's the thing. And this is like a life lesson. Like, you have to let your discipline, for lack of better words, like override your emotions and your moods. Because like I'm pretty sure I picked a fight over that because I didn't feel good. I was tired. We were running late.
Yeah.
All those things. But that was all on me. Like she had nothing to do with that.
Right. Like she probably started off her day in a great mood, and then when the pants thing happened is when it got turned upside down.
Like, Mom, why are you freaking out? And then she freaks out back. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. Who has patience? Tell us your ways.
I had to. So we were in the Nutcracker 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yes.
And so I had one day I picked up Genevieve's best friend at school because they go to the same school, and then I was going to take them to Nutcracker practice. It was a dress rehearsal. So I brought them both home and I did both of their hair and got them both ready, and it just solidified that I only want one child.
Right. We are not doing this.
Because I was like, this sucks.
So yes. People,
I couldn't do more than one. So when we got there and her friend's mom finally showed up, I was like, here.
Take this child.
Take her. Oh my God. I mean, not that she was bad or anything, but
it's just a lot. Yeah.
Trying to get them both ready. And
have you seen that video of that mom that's trying to change, I think they're triplets, change a triplet's diaper, and like they're all crawling around and running around, and
yes, I would run away.
Mm.
I
right.
would
That's
run away.
That's a time where you walk. You just let them do their thing. Run around naked. I don't care.
I put newspaper down on the floor everywhere.
Right.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to navigate this parenting thing, I guess. I feel like it's kind of like having a toddler again, only they can talk.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing this morning, actually. It is kind of like having a toddler because the emotions are a roller coaster, but now she can express what she's feeling, but like sometimes the feelings aren't, like she's saying the wrong words. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
like
yeah.
She's, like the other day she was saying, I'm really anxious, but she doesn't really know what anxious means. She's just heard people say, I'm anxious.
Yeah. Interesting. That's a big word. Way to go.
Yeah, I don't know where she heard it. She probably heard it on TV.
This TV thing's got to go.
But
I
she
don't know.
watches. Does Lula watch Barbie Dreamhouse
Sometimes.
on Netflix? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
on
that's
Netflix.
all we watch.
Well,
Barbie
not necessarily
Dreamhouse.
Dreamhouse. She watches like the movies, like The Mermaid and like where they're themed.
Oh, okay.
Not the
Okay.
Dreamhouse series, because that one is kind of serious.
Well, that one is like, I think where they're like having attitudes and they have boyfriends, and maybe I need to rein in Barbie Dreamhouse, but
Yeah, I don't know. See, do people have this problem like 100 years ago before there was TV and all that? Like, were children more
uh-oh, you're frozen again. But I think I know where you were going with that question. Were children more disciplined back then when there was no technology? I don't know, guys. Leslie is still frozen, so I think that was the question she was gonna ask.
Gosh, every time.
There you are.
I'm back.
So you were gonna say, what back then was when technology didn't exist, were children as more disciplined?
Right. Like, was it the same problem? Or, like, I feel like it was the same problem, just probably in a different manner.
I'm
I mean,
sure.
children are children are children.
I'm sure it was something like, they
Also, what did parents do before there was television and stuff?
they probably read a lot and
Oh, that's true.
had a lot of like I think people like got together a lot so the kids could play with each other.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm just like picturing myself like
Now it's saying my internet connection is unstable.
100 years ago. Maybe it's, I don't know. Instead of go watch TV. Did you get any of that? Because I see that I'm freezing.
It was like robot voice. So say that again.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So we only got little blips of it. So what were you saying? Please repeat.
Okay, so I'm like, 100 years ago, like I'm in the kitchen and my wood stove, and like Lula's bothering me. So can I just be like, go outside and play?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like, go outside and play and don't get eaten by a bear.
Right. Or fall in the well.
Or fall in the well.
So, but would she do that by herself? I don't know. Because now I just can't do that. Which we're getting a fence, so I think I am going to do that.
Oh. Yeah, you could with a fence. Yeah, sure. I mean, I always tell Genevieve to go to her room if she's punished, but then like she just she protests and then she goes in there and like ends up playing with toys that she doesn't play with.
Oh.
Because there's TV. So then she's quiet.
Right. Lula's been another weird thing that she's doing is she'll like, because I'm just like, go to your room, and she's starting to like put herself in her room and gets in bed, and then she does like this fake crying thing.
Oh.
And it's like, Mommy, come here. But it's not real, because like I come in there and then she like peeks over the covers and is kind of like smirky. And I'm like, what do you need? And it's usually like never anything. And then I try to talk about it and she just doesn't, it's not quite there. Because if I ask like, why did you do that? How can we fix it? She just says what she thinks she's supposed to say, and it doesn't even make sense.
She's probably mimicking it from a TV, seriously. And the reason why I keep saying TV is because Genevieve all the time will watch herself in the mirror and she'll be like, princesses do this.
You guys have to watch the YouTube on this section.
Princesses do this. And like she'll like flick her hair and like do her hands. So I think a lot of it, and she'll be like, mother, oh, mother. So a lot of it is like just mimicking. She's mimicking so stuff. Yeah.
Mother. That's funny. Well, Lula started calling me Leslie. So annoying.
Yes, I've become Brittany and Keith. Brittany and Keith. Yeah.
Leslie Zachary, I need to talk to you. What? Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I don't understand.
These 4-year-olds, 4 going on 25.
No kidding. So yeah, that's going to be my next thing to work on is patience. Patience, tolerance was in the meditation. It was patience, tolerance, and acceptance, which I never would have like put acceptance in there, but it makes a lot of sense. Like you just got to accept it as it is. Choose whether it's worth it or not.
Yeah.
It's not, honestly. Like more often than not, it's not worth fighting.
Yeah.
And like, because it hurts their self-esteem, and they're like, why are you yelling? It's not that big of a deal. For her, she's probably like, yeah, I put my pants on by myself. This is amazing. I'm doing great. And then I'm like, nope, you did it wrong.
Yeah, that's probably
so that
what it
sucks.
is. Yeah, that really does. I mean, that sucks.
Yeah, so I gotta think about it more, I think.
Think about it from like her perspective too.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
she's so little and she's still learning, and she thinks she did it the right way.
Yeah.
It's hard though when you're in the moment, because I'm a yeller.
I'm also a yeller, yeah.
So it's just taking that minute to like count to 3 or think, is it really worth it to start a war with my 4-year-old, because I probably will lose.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm walking.
We're gonna be real here.
Lord have mercy, please. But yeah, so anybody has tips, tricks, or share your story also about ridiculous things that you fight with your kid about, because I think it makes us all feel a little better when it's not just us.
Yeah, I mean, we do feel guilty, when you yell for no reason, and
yeah,
I think it's just all part of being a mom.
Yeah, that's true. Yikes.
Yikes.
We're not doing this again.
That's all I can say is yikes. Well, it looks like we are actually out of time for this episode. So thank you very much to our listeners. And if anybody has any topic ideas, please shoot us an email at hello@millspousecoffeehouse.com. You guys are always awesome about sending suggestions and asking questions. And so we always welcome that. So you can also send us a message on Facebook or Instagram. And anything else?
I was going to say, with the holidays coming up, side hustles kind of things, 90-day VA. Yeah. You guys make sure that you are on their email list, because remote virtual jobs are coming out all the time. And there's an awesome course you can get in on there too.
Yeah, 90dayva.com is where you guys need to go, seriously. I actually just had a couple of friends who just signed up for the program, and I don't know that the program has started yet, because they do it once in a while. Yeah, I think it's quarterly.
Yeah, and it's running right now, so it's not open for enrollment, but you can still get on the wait list for the next opening.
Right.
And get job openings. I think
you can also get on the the email list, and get job opening or job listings. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so that you can go ahead and get on that list for a job, because remote work is where it's at, y'all.
That's where it's at. For real. But yeah, no, I think that's all.
Okay.
I think that is all for today.
Well, we will see y'all back in 2 weeks. We hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. And as always, thank you for listening. We will talk to y'all later.
Bye now.
Bye.